When love isn't enough. Idris and Nacy have been married for a long time, but the love they once shared has withered into silence and distance. Though they still live under the same roof, they sleep in separate rooms, two strangers sharing a home once built on promises and dreams. One morning, Idris gets ready for work as usual, quietly preparing in his room. At the same time, Nacy is freshening up in hers, but her heart is heavy. She's on a call with her lawyer, who reminds her that tomorrow is the day. Divorce papers will be signed. She's advised to inform Idris. But before she can, he walks downstairs and overhears everything. Nacy walks away, leaving Idris frozen at the bottom of the staircase. His eyes catch their wedding photo on the wall, a memory framed in joy. He stares at it, lost in thought, remembering the vows he made. He had promised Nacy to stand by her, through rain and sunshine. He remembers the night he stripped down to his soul and proposed to her, pouring out his heart. Overcome with emotion, he calls his office and says he won't be coming in today. Meanwhile, Nacy begins packing. She opens a drawer and finds a small velvet box, the ring Idris used to propose. Her mind flashes back to the day she came home to a trail of rose petals, balloons floating across the ceiling, and candles casting a golden glow in the room. A video played. Idris, emotional, told her she was the air he breathed, his best friend, and the most beautiful woman he had ever known. Then, he stepped out and proposed. Nacy carefully places the rings back into their box, heart aching. As Idris continues gazing at the photo, Nacy walks into the living room carrying her packed suitcase. She's surprised to see him home. He's equally stunned to see her. For the first time in months, they're both present. Idris speaks up. He tells her that he wanted to mourn the end of their marriage and requests that they spend their last day as husband and wife pretending they're still in love, just one final time. But Nacy dismisses the idea. Instead, she reflects. "You made me happy," she tells him. "In the first 6 months of our marriage, I'd come home tired and find a hot bath drawn. You used to listen to me. We'd go on dates, laugh, cook together." Idris, holding back tears, asks to cook for her one last time. She agrees. In the kitchen, Idris prepares his special dish. They sit at the dinner table, share the meal, and for a moment it feels like old times. Idris asks the question that has haunted him. Where did the rain start to beat us? Nacy recalls the day she got promoted. She came home excited to share the news. Idris had also received a promotion. They celebrated. But then something changed. Their work lives took over. They barely saw each other. Travel became routine. One would return home just as the other left. Nacy had once suggested they take a vacation, but Idris said he couldn't find the time. "That's when we started becoming strangers," she says. But Idris disagrees. He says the beginning of their end was when he asked to start a family and Nacy refused. She had said she wasn't ready, that her career came first. Idris felt rejected, even betrayed. "If you want a child so badly," she had said, "we can consider surrogacy." That made things worse. One night he found contraceptive pills, and when he confronted her, she locked herself in the bedroom. That, he says, is when everything truly began to fall apart. Nacy, frustrated, fires back. "You should have waited for me. You're selfish." Idris raises his voice too. "How long was I supposed to wait?" The fight escalates. Nacy storms out. Idris sits alone, furious and heartbroken. Later on the balcony, Idris approaches her again. "Help me understand," he pleads. "Why would a wife choose her career over starting a family?" He tells her he would have made a great father. She answers softly, "It's too late." But Idris tells her he still loves her. Nacy whispers that she still loves him too, but their marriage has too many cracks to fix. Idris disagrees. "We don't need to fix it. We just need to build something new." He kisses her, and they fall into each other's arms, lost in a moment that felt like a return. Later, in bed, Nacy reminisces about their wedding night. Idris had stripped and danced for her, so she does the same now. The love seems reborn. They laugh, cuddle, and she asks him to order food. As they eat, Idris steps away to get water. His phone buzzes. Nacy, still smiling, picks it up, and her heart sinks. A message from Cherry. "Hey, boo. Been here all by myself. When are you coming? The room feels empty without you." Her joy crumbles. Betrayed and enraged, she storms out. Idris pleads, saying Cherry meant nothing, that it was a mistake during a low point in their marriage. He admits they argued constantly, and one night he gave in. He apologizes profusely, promising it would never happen again. But Nacy walks away in silence. Later at the balcony, she questions what kind of love keeps shifting between laughter and tears. Idris says he wishes he could go back to the day they met. If only I could take you on a first date again, start fresh, marry you all over. But Nacy replies, this is real life. There are no redos. Even if we got back together, you wouldn't be accountable for your sins. Idris begs for one last chance, the same way she once gave him one. He recalls how they met at a park. She was taking selfies. He offered to take a picture. They sat, talked, laughed, and just clicked. I never stopped loving you, he says. But Nacy looks him in the eyes. You really hurt me. They lie in bed, cuddling. Nacy kisses him and goes to wash her face. Idris smiles, lost in memories of their second date. Ice cream, swings, basketball in the park. Suddenly, a phone rings. It's Nacy's. Idris answers. It's his best friend, Douglas. Hey, Beb, I called earlier and you didn't pick up. Shock, rage, betrayal. Idris demands answers. Nacy stutters, but Idris walks away. Later, Nacy comes to him in tears, apologizing. She reveals that one night at a hotel, Idris had failed to show up. Douglas was coincidentally there. They had dinner and began talking. Months later, Douglas asked her to leave Idris, promising to take care of her. But she refused. She still believed their marriage could work. Then came the miscarriage. Idris is shattered. He always wanted a child. She never told him. Nacy explains, he was always away, but Douglas was there. Idris questions how she even got pregnant. We always use protection. Nacy says she doesn't know. She swears nothing happened between her and Douglas, except one kiss. She wanted to wait until after the divorce. But Idris is done. I'm not a fool, he says and walks away. That night, both sit in separate rooms, broken. Nacy weeps quietly. Idris stares into the darkness. Neither of them sleeps. The next morning, they sit before their lawyer, ready to sign the divorce papers. Idris keeps the house. Everything else is split equally. Nacy signs without hesitation. Idris pauses, still unsure, but he signs. Back home, Nacy finishes packing. As she's about to leave, Idris walks up to her, almost ready to ask her to stay, until Douglas shows up at the door. Idris explodes. He punches Douglas. Get out of my house, he yells. You two deserve each other. Weeks pass. Cherry calls, but Idris ends things for good. One day, Douglas visits and confesses. He doesn't know where Nacy went. Before she left, she admitted she still loves Idris. But Idris, cold and betrayed, tells him he will never forgive him. Then one final call. It's Nacy. She's pregnant, a result of their last night together. She tells Idris she doesn't want to raise the child alone, and Idris says the words she never thought she'd hear again. I'll be there. Let's start over, from the beginning. If you love this emotional roller coaster, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more gripping life stories every week.